So guys, as I promised, I'm gonna go through every painting that I did here in residence and try to explain it as short as I can, okay? You can pause it and look at it and then hear it, but this one, the little dots, and you can see the part where it says, like a part of the poster, and it shows like sold out sign, so it's a poster for something, and it reflects the mind. And little dots, it means like you see the step, every step that you take, every second that leaves, it's one little dot, because it's one little second or millisecond that passes by, it's a little dot. So this is not a scary painting, it's a very realistic painting of our existence. Second one, life. Well, this is actually a person that I knew for real, and he was a person that I trusted, and he's a person who stole from me. And the first time that I realized that he stole, never mind what, I said, well, that's life, and that's why there is life here, because it's the first word I said. And cross lines represent like crossing, because it was a crossing for me to do something else. It was a really good thing. And you can see his eyes, he's very shifty, so very squinty eyes, so that's that one. Then third one. No, well, this is obvious. This is just a gypsy boy who I saw on my bike, and he's just, you know, we're looking at him from up, so he's really low, and he's asking us to give him something. And ironically, he's got a shirt with no written on it, so you can see it in his eyes, the pain and the sadness he goes through. And the blue color is here just to, like, put spin on the feeling blue, you know. Well, I guess you understood. Fourth, the boy with the Zeppelin. Okay, this one is really personal and it's really complicated, so I don't like that one. So, I mean, I have to like it. So it's a boy, as you see, sitting with a balloon Zeppelin with peace sign. And there's a shadow behind him, and now you can ask yourself, is it his shadow or is it his shadow or something else? Sorry guys, I had to stop. Somebody was here. So as you can see, there's a little window or door. I like to think it's the door here. And it represents the escape into your child mode. And he's just sitting in the dark, waiting for the, you know, for something. And the lines are, of course, psychological thing that makes you pretty uneasy. Freedom. I think that one is pretty obvious, but let's just try to. Okay, freedom is about, I'm not sure how much you can see, but in the first plan it's a girl, in the second one it's a girl, and behind them it's a barbed wire. So it's about feeling free in your own skin. It's not just a feminist painting. And again, there's a lot of color that makes it feel much, much, much happier than it is. And she's holding a red envelope in her hands that symbolizes her femininity, which is just like a horrible cliche that red color is a girl color. And that's what I wanted to, you know, just say here, that we are all different. Then, next one is, of course, the only one I know name, and it's like how a cat explains peace sign to a human. As you can see, it's very simple. It's a cat. Actually, it's an absence of cat and a man. Just outskirts of, you know, just drawings. And it's not an empty canvas. It's actually a color here, but it's really faint. and they're looking at a painting that's got a peace sign, and he's really confused while Cat is trying to tell him, hey, I know what it is. Then another one is another with peace sign, and it's a girl daydreaming, and behind her it's her shadow that looks like a crow, and it's picking up peace signs, and it means, for me anyway, it's like her daydreaming. She's picking up the pieces of her life and the pieces of her dreams and just going on. The one before last is the woman with a camera, and as you can see, this is really obvious. So she's distressed of something that she saw. There are rays of light that are just merging with her face. Camera is like, turned into nothing, and we can only see a question mark, and it's like a question mark of what did she see, because that question mark is actually on us, the viewers. So a little more psychological philosophy for you guys. And where is our hope? This is a really simple one. It's about immigration and Syrian immigrants, and it's like a man looking through binoculars, looking for the shore while being nowhere, and the only thing he could take with him is a tree to remind him of home. It says, where is our hope? And then, after this series of 9, there is a puzzle of 4. And first one is imagine. That's not the name, of course. And I think I explained this one in the other video. So it's about just sayings of the famous sayings and just showing us the way we are without our masks. And imagine goes with future. So imagine future. And we just see a kid running with a balloon that represents innocence and playfulness. And there are some future chip signs here. She's running and we can see the moon behind her. Then we go from that one to this one, which is a Rebel Street. And again we can see a young girl reading news and looking pretty like into it, or pretty surprised. She's just standing there reading. Behind her we can see a shadow-shaped fist that represents freedom, Rebel Street, news, and she's dressed like a schoolgirl. And of course, again, a blue colors and stripes. And then we go to the last one, and that's the chip one, and that's the thing that, again, that goes from this one to this one. And this one is actually the cleanest one. It's just showing us as we are, and that's without any skin, without any masks, full of illusions, lacking emotions and strong and not feeling strong, lacking life and feelings, just being buried in chips, CPUs and wires, and without any emotions and not knowing where we're going, because all the stations here have no end. I mean have end, but have no connection to something more than just finishing in the blue. So it becomes with little dots, and it ends with little dots. So for me it makes sense. I'm not sure how am I going to explain that to the viewers in 5 minutes, but